Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty. Thank you for joining me today. I am so excited to bring to you seven patriotic decor pieces for you today. So let's get started. I'm starting out with this wood heart from Dollar Tree. I have letters from Walmart. I've got some beautiful craft paper from Hobby Lobby. I have these two blank wood signs from Dollar Tree. I have some jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. I have crafting cubes from Dollar Tree and the paints that I've been using for all my patriotic decor. I also have some of the antique wax by Hello Hobby. We're going to do a little bit of hand lettering. I've got a backing to a picture frame out of my stash. I used the actual frame for something else and I kept the backing because they're good for standing things up. And that's what we're going to do with it today. So I'm just taking everything off of the two wood planks, all of the jute and the tags. And I'm just going to stick these together with the jumbo craft sticks from Dollar Tree or from Walmart, you guys. These are from Walmart. Dollar Tree doesn't have them this big, or at least my Dollar Tree doesn't. So I have to get these at Walmart. So I'm just going to use my hot glue and get those adhered together. And then I went in with some Dollar Tree spackle, filled in the center and the holes at the bottom. And the holes covered really well, but the center you can kind of still see that it was two pieces of wood put together, but it's fine. It's going to be beautiful. It's all right. So I'm painting it with some of my Waverly White chalk paint, and I did go in and hand letter bless our. So I'm going to just paint that in with my folk art craft paint in the color lipstick red. I was going to use my red Sharpie, but I thought that the black or the lead from the pencil would show through too much. So I decided to just take my time, use a really thin brush that I picked up from either Walmart or Joann Fabrics. I'm sorry, I don't remember where. But I thought that it would work better if I painted the letters or painted the words. So that's what I decided to do. Just took my time and enjoyed the process. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my Deco Art acrylic paint in the color Tango Blue. And I'm going to give these letters a really, truly rough coat. Not trying to cover them up at all because, as you can see, I'm going to sand them like really well. I want some of that white paint to show through. I want this craft to look old and weathered and just very farmhouse. So I'm going to take the flag paper that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use that. And I just pressed around the wood heart, made an indentation with my finger so I would know where to trim it out at. And that is a perfect fit. I absolutely love how this is coming out, you guys. But you know what? It's not my favorite. I love it. It's gorgeous, but it's not my favorite. If you guys want to see which one my favorite is, you're going to have to stick around. I am enjoying crafting for the 4th of July or for Independence Day or doing patriotic home decor. I am enjoying this. I didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as I am because I kept thinking, well, what could I possibly do? There's so much, that's already been done, but it doesn't matter. If you love to craft, put your own spin on it. Even if it's something that's been done before, it hasn't been done the way that you're going to do it. Just craft, you guys. This is so much fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos and also have been enjoying crafting for Independence Day or just doing patriotic decor for yourselves or for your home. I hope you guys have been doing that and enjoying it. And if you have, go over to Dee's Cute and Crafty DIY Divas, my Facebook page. It's free, and post it there. I would love to see it. So as you guys can see, I did end up going around the edge of that heart and my lipstick red. It made it pop a little more and it gave me the look that I was looking for. When I put the letters side by side and with the heart, The heart was more three-dimensional and it set up more than the letters. The letters looked flat and just lifeless. So I added the cubes to the back to stand the letters up to elevate them. And then they were a little bit higher, just a smidgen higher than that heart. So I took some tumbling tower blocks and elevated the heart, and it came out really nice. It came out more even. So now I'm just going to get everything glued down. And I'm taking this picture frame and I'm trying to, well, the backing of a picture frame, and I'm trying to make it more sturdy by adding that popsicle stick or the craft stick behind the stand. And I added some cardboard to the front of that backing, just trying to get it a little more sturdy. And then I ended up stapling, I can't even say it, stapling it to the sign. But you know what, you guys? It kept sliding back. The sign was very weighty, very heavy with the heart and the letters. So it just kept pushing it back. So I had to figure out a way to make it stand up. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to add some jute cord to the top and also to the bottom. And what I ended up doing was taking a piece of that jute cord, just making a loop. As I was saying, taking a piece of that jute cord and just making a loop on the back of the sign so that the kickstand could only slide back so far. And that worked perfectly. It held it in place. And I love how this turned out. DIY number 1 done. How cute is that, you guys? I love it. I hope you do too. Moving on to DIY number 2, and this one is my favorite of the 7 that I'll be showing you today. So I got all these flowers from Hobby Lobby. They were $10. I paid maybe $6, maybe $5. They were either 40 or 50% off. Then I have some of the vinyl letters from Dollar Tree, some jute cord. I have one of these chalkboard mason jars. I used it as a template to cut out 4 of the MDF mason jars. I have some of this corrugated silver paper from the birthday tier at Dollar Tree, and I have one of the long blank Dollar Tree wood slats. I have 8 tumbling tower blocks, 4 beads, and I have my Waverly white chalk paint, and also either the Hello Hobby antique wax or Waverly antique wax. So I'm just going to give it a really quick coat, and I love using a baby wipe for that. I'm also going to, it is the Hello Hobby antique wax. I'm also going to cover those Jenga blocks. So now I have taken the chalkboard mason jar and I used it as a template. I have some of the Dollar Tree signs, some of the old ones left from Easter, so I used them to cut out 4 mason jars. And now I'm going to take my letters, my vinyl letters, and I'm just going to adhere them to the jar. I did measure out with my ruler so I could find the center of each jar. And I'm just going to give it a rough coat because, again, I want this to look old and farmhouse and just distressed. I love it, and I just cannot get away from it. You guys already know, if you've been here for any amount of time, farmhouse is my jam. So if you don't like farmhouse, there are so many ways you can do this and not make it look farmhouse. You can make it look more modern. You can make it look boho. You know, you guys use your imagination. You can do it. But I love farmhouse, so that's what I'm doing. So I put the letters down and I gave it a rough coat of the Waverly chalk paint in white. And then I pulled the letters up quickly, and look how crisp and clean that came out. I love doing that instead of having to hand letter everything all the time. There are other ways to get your words down. So this is one of the ones I chose. So now I'm just going in with that I think this is the Folk Art Lipstick Red. just making some dots. I went in with my Deco Art Tango Blue and I made some more dots. And then I did some lines using some masking tape just to make everything nice and straight. I did some on the diagonal as well. This is so easy. Anybody can do it. And it makes a really nice centerpiece for your table. And this is good size, just like that first DIY was good size sign. It was some larger decor pieces. Why am I talking like I can't get my words out? You guys, it's late. I'm tired. And it is Memorial Day, actually, as I'm doing this voiceover. Everything's all said and done. Dinner's done. We had a wonderful day. I hope you guys did too. But I had some leftover business to take care of, which is editing this video so I can get it up for you guys. So that's why I sound tired. Anyway, now I'm taking that corrugated paper after I got everything on my dots and my lines or stripes and everything I wanted to put on each mason jar. I'm taking that corrugated paper and I'm just making a lid. I trimmed the edges off to make it round. And I love using that birthday tiara from Dollar Tree. All I do is pull the staples out and I pull the metal pieces out of it. And I'm left with this really pretty corrugated paper. Now I'm looking at it and I'm going to go ahead and put some jute twine around it, but I don't really care for the negative space between the corrugated paper and the twine. So I'm going to add just a little more corrugated paper and then I'll add my twine. This came out super cute, you guys. And it really did make a beautiful centerpiece for my Memorial Day table. And I will be leaving it up for 4th of July and Labor Day as well. So all I ended up doing was taking my tumbling tower blocks and I stood the mason jar up on that wood slat and then I glued one to the front and one to the back, but not gluing it actually to the mason jar itself because I needed to know how close I could get it to the mason jar to make it sturdy. So I glued it directly to the slat, but not to the mason jar. And that gave me my measurements for all of the mason jars. It gave me the amount of space I needed in between those tumbling tower blocks so that I would know how snugly that jar fit. And I know this isn't making sense, but you can see what I did and it worked out really well. I just glued one to the front, one to the back, and then I was able to just slide my mason jars in and out. And I did it that way instead of actually gluing them down because if I want to switch it out, I can. So now that that's done, my little riser is done. I am just adding some bows to each one of my mason jars. And this ribbon I got from Joann Fabrics is where the stars and stripes came from. And then just the stripes came from Dollar Tree. It was with their nautical decor. But I loved it because it is still red, white, and blue. It's just got that soft blue in it, and I thought that was very pretty. And now, since I've added a piece of pool noodle to the back of each one of my mason jars, I'm just going to stuff my flowers down into the pool noodle. And I did it that way so that if I want to change out my flowers, I can. DIY number 2, and it is my favorite. You guys, as always, comment down below. Let me know which one of the 7 is your favorite today. This one, definitely my favorite today. I love that I can change it out. I love that I can change out my flowers. I can take the mason jars up and put something else down if I want to. I love it. By number 3, we're going to be making a simple sign. Just a door hanger with some of the lamb's ear, a little bit of twine, some Waverly white chalk paint, some of the leftover flowers from Hobby Lobby, a flag napkins that I picked up at Hobby Lobby as well, some of the stitch ribbon, and I can't think of that other ribbon. I'll have to wait until we get to that part in the video. So I just went over the round blank wood sign or wood round that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I get these 3 or 4 at a time every time I see them and keep them in my stash. They have them almost all the time now. They used to be hard to find. Now they're really not. And I just painted it with the Waverly White chalk paint. And now I'm taking my napkin. It's a 2-ply, so I have to separate it. And I'm just cutting out all of my red and white stripes. And I'm leaving them together. I'm not cutting those out separately. And then I'm cutting out my blue and white star pieces. And this is just Mod Podge. I'm just going to Mod Podge this down to this wood round. This is super simple. And yes, my Mod Podge came out all wrinkly, and it added character. I can't say it enough. It added to the actual sign or door sign. So I love it. It didn't bother me. Most of the time it kind of bothers me when it's wrinkly because I think it should be smooth. But for this, because I wanted it to look old, aged, weathered, farmhouse, the wrinkles just added to that. So I didn't mind it at all. So we're just getting the stars and stripes Mod Podge down, not even being careful with it, just going for it and having fun with it. And then I'm going to do my stripes. Once everything is dry, I'm going to cut all of the extra tissue paper away. Then I'm going in with my Gator sander and giving it a nice sanding, making sure everything is smooth and even. And I'm taking the word home. I pulled this from my stash. I gave it a coat of white paint and just put it down on the stripes of this sign. Going in with my white flowers, my red flowers, and my blue flowers. We're going to do a little side piece over here and add a bow and a twine hanger or jute cord, whichever you want to call it. This one is done super simple and easy and pretty. I love to bundle my flowers together, you guys. It makes it easier to place them where you want once they're bundled. I went ahead and put 2 holes in the wood round, and I wired my flowers and my bow to the sign. That was it. Oh, on the bow. That wasn't it. I made the bow too big, and then I had to go back and take it apart and make it smaller. But other than that, that was it. And I don't know why I left that part in, you guys. I have no idea. Now you'll see me put the bow with the flowers, and it's all bunched up, and I don't like it. So here I am taking it apart. I'm gonna cut some of that ribbon away to make it smaller. And then it'll fit perfectly just the way I want it. I'm just tying the bow to the flowers. I thought I used hot glue for that, but apparently I didn't. I just tied the bow to the flowers and then wired everything to the sign, which is good because I can undo it if I need to. And here is finished DIY number 3. It came out really nice. DIY number 4, we're going to make some firecrackers for my tiered tray. I've been seeing everybody do these, so this is my spin on them. I have 2 of the long wood planks from Dollar Tree, and I just cut them in varying heights. I have some silver paddle wire, the same 3 Patriotic paints I've been using. I have some pieces of fabric from Joann Fabrics, and I have white chalk paint. I've got the blue and the red, again, the same ones I've been using. I've got some twine. So I just painted the wood slats in the colors closest to the fabric that will be applied to each one of the wood slats. And I'm just going in with my Mod Podge and getting them glued down. And this is super simple and easy, and they are really pretty. I love how these turned out as well. I love that red truck American flag star fabric. It is so cute. Now I'm just trimming away the excess fabric. I'm taking my awl and I'm making a starter hole in the top of each piece of wood, and then I take my screwdriver and make the hole bigger so that we can put the little wick inside for the firecracker. I am taking my silver paddle wire and I'm going to wrap my jute cord around that. And you guys, I have the jute cord that's already wired. I bought 2 rolls of it from Dollar Tree, and for the life of me, I don't know where it is. Have no clue. It's in this house somewhere. That just means I need to clean my craft room. So because I couldn't find it, I just made my own. So I'm just wrapping that jute cord around the paddle wire. Making sure that it fits in the hole that I made. And I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue. And I'm unraveling the top of that jute cord because I think it looks cute that way. In goes the hot glue. In goes my wick. And it's done. So now that I've got all 4 of them done, I'm going to start stacking them. And I'm not going to completely stack them on top of each other because I want to be able to see each one of the firecrackers. I want to be able to see the fabric. And because I love that red truck fabric so much, I'm definitely not going to cover that one up. So I'm trying to stagger them so that you can see each one. Now that I've got them glued down, I'm just going to add some of this Dollar Tree burlap ribbon to the bottom. Then I'm going to add some jute cord to the bottom as well and make a bow. And this one's done. Simple, easy, and so cute for my tiered tray. We've got a little bit of everything in this video. We've got centerpiece decor, we've got door hangers, we've got tiered tray. I really enjoyed this video. So you guys, if you've made it to this far in the video and you're enjoying it as well, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell as well so you never miss out on another cute and crafty DIY with D. I would so love to have you as part of the Cute and Crafty family. There it is, you guys. DIY number 4, all finished. And here's DIY number 5. We're going to make a smash can. I keep seeing everybody do these and I want one too. So let's do a patriotic smash can today. We have our can. I think there was like baked beans or something in there. I have some Mod Podge. I have some of that beautiful fabric from Joann Fabrics, and I'll be using my solo wood flowers, some lamb's ear, one of the Dollar Tree filigree signs, and some cardboard. So you see I'm just smashing the can down. I start out doing as much as I can with my hands, and then I go back in to make it just a little bit flatter by using a hammer. So then I'm just going to measure out my fabric, see where I want it to sit. I am taking one of the foam sponges from Dollar Tree, one of the foam brushes, and I'm just gonna put a ton of Mod Podge on this can and get this beautiful fabric adhered to this can. This was super easy. And again, I've been seeing everybody doing these smash cans, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to try this. So I love it. It came out so stinking cute. You guys, if you've been doing smash cans, show them to me on D's Cute and Crafty DIY Divas. I want to see what you guys are doing. So I got everything all adhered down, and then I'm taking the excess and cutting it off. And because I don't want the part that I'm going to fold up to be bulky, I'm cutting away some of the fabric that I don't need. Adding a dab of hot glue to each corner and folding those corners in. And then see, I only have one piece of fabric to fold up as opposed to it being 2 pieces at the top and 2 pieces at the bottom, which would have made it bulky. I cut those extra pieces off. Now I'm just taking a piece of cardboard and I'm adhering it to the can because I need somewhere to glue my solo wood flowers. So I'm just kind of placing them around to see how I want them to look. And I chose the colors that look as much as red, white, and blue as I could get from what I have in my stash. I think that it gives it a farmhouse kind of Americana look because it's more of a wine and a dusty kind of like rose or rust kind of color. And then that blue isn't really a bright patriotic blue. So I just think it just gives it that Americana old kind of look. So I went with it and it came out really nice. So just cutting up my lamb's ear so that I can place it how I want it. Really just going around the edge of the cardboard so that you don't really see that. And then I'm adding my solo wood flowers. Now that that's all done, I am going to pick one of the stars from my little stash, and I'm just going to get that on the front. I just want it to hang down in the front of the smash can. I'm going to add a bead to that. I thought about using the red and white beads, but they didn't really go with what I was trying to do. They were too bright, and everything else is so like muted. It's not a bright red or a bright blue. So that's why I didn't use the other beads. Just going to wrap the top with a little bit of jute cord, tie it off, and glue it down. Add a jute hanger in the back, and this one is done. It came out so cute and it was really quick and so easy to do. I'm going to be making some more of these smash cans. I love this one. I love them all. Who am I kidding? I hope you guys do too. Moving on to DIY number 6, we're just going to start out with one of the Dollar Tree picture frames. I have some of my fabric from Joann's. I have the word hope from a pack that I got from Hobby Lobby. I have some cardboard, some jute, and I have my Sharpies in blue and red, and I have some of the Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color stone gray. So I'm just going to get this fabric adhered to the frame. I'm trying not to have to glue it so that it can be reused if I choose to. So I'm just going to pull it real tight and then cut away the excess. And I have this like little piece of white cardboard left over from something else from Dollar Tree, and I just kept it. I like the scallop edges of it, so I kept it in my stash, and I'm glad that I did because I'm going to use it for this DIY. I'm just going along the edges with a little bit of that stone gray paint, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of distressing in the center of it. Going along the edge with the red. I wasn't sure if I would use the red or the blue, and the red won out. So I'm just going along the edges of the scallop design cardboard with that red Sharpie, just to make it pop a little bit. I did sponge on some of that stone gray paint onto the word hope. And again, that came from a bag of letters that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was like hope, coffee, love, blessed. So I just chose hope. And just getting everything glued down. Now I'm just going to make a simple bow. I'm doing a jute cord bow with 3 loops on each side, and then just a navy blue bow with white stars. And I got that fabric from Joann Fabrics. Doubling up that bow and gluing it to the top center of the sign. Gonna put a jute hanger on the back and it's done. Cute and simple. And here's your close-up of DIY number 6. DIY number 7. And the final DIY in this video, we are going to make one more simple tiered tray decor piece. It's not, I love making very simple DIYs for you guys, things that any and everybody can do. It doesn't take a lot of time, it doesn't cost much, and they're just enjoyable. So let's get into it. We're going to use some of my Dollar Tree ribbon, Waverly White chalk paint, some of my half beads, a little bit of masking tape, one of the Dollar Tree wood planks, one of the Dollar Tree words. We're using the word blessed. We're using some of the Dollar Tree ribbon that looks like burlap, and some of my blue ribbon from Joann's. So I'm just going to go in with my Waverly White chalk paint. At least I thought I was, but I decided to use my own homemade white chalk paint. It's getting a little thick, so I need to use it up. I know I can add water to it, but we're just going to use it up so I can make some more. So we're just going to get that painted. And I love this ribbon with this red truck on it so much. And I thought I can really do something with this. So let's make a tiered tray decor piece. So I'm cutting off a piece of that ribbon, making sure I get the entire truck. Now I'm going to take some of that navy blue star ribbon that you've seen me use all throughout these videos. And I'm just going to trim out this piece of wood. Going to go around all 4 sides, doing a little cleanup. Got a little too much glue. And then I'm going to start using that burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going on all 4 sides of the sign with it as well. This was very easy to do, and it came out so cute, and I love it on my tiered tray. I absolutely love it. Now I'm going in with some of the jute cord, and I'm going to go in the inside of that blue ribbon. So you've got jute cord on the inside, blue ribbon, and then the burlap Dollar Tree ribbon on the outside. And I'm just going to take my 14 millimeter half beads from Amazon that I painted in Waverly White chalk paint and put them at the corners of this sign, and I'm going to paint the word blessed in white, and I'm just going to get it adhered down. And this one I did not put a hanger on the back. This one is just what we call a leaner. You just lean it in there on your tiered tray with all your other things. So I'm just going to Mod Podge down that piece of ribbon, and because the ribbon was thick and it was thick with the paint or ink or whatever they used, I'm thinking it's paint, to get that red truck on there. It was really thick right there. It took a lot of Mod Podge to get through that and for it to actually start to seep into the ribbon so it would stick. So I went back and put some more on there, and it worked out. And here it is, you guys, all done. Easy, and again, super cute tiered tray decor. Loving it. And here's the final reveal of everything I made for you guys today. I had a blast. I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed doing this patriotic decor. I really enjoyed it. So you guys, I hope you like it as much as I do. Again, please don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Share it out with your family and friends if you think they might like it. And if you subscribe, and I truly hope you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I try to post twice a week and bring you guys something new and exciting. So hopefully this gives you inspiration and you will craft something beautiful today, you guys. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Enjoy.